So we are going to finish off this Roberts Wrestling Talk episode by talking Brock Lesnar and the big announcement that was made right after the recording of Roberts Wrestling Talk episode 2, where Brock Lesnar revealed, or actually I should say UFC revealed, that Brock Lesnar is going to be fighting at UFC 200. So that was a big story coming after the recording of episode 2. So I wanted to get your thoughts and opinions of the impact of Brock Lesnar going to UFC and kind of how that will impact WWE UFC. But the big question after that I want to get to is, are we going to see Ronda Rousey in WWE anytime soon? So let's start off, Cornbread. What are your thoughts of Brock Lesnar fighting at UFC 200? Just your reaction in general. Like, what was your first reaction when you heard the news?
My first reaction was, especially when I heard this, no surprise, because right now, the biggest deal, my reaction would be how much, literally, did Dana White decide to pay Vince McMahon just to let Brock Lesnar, for this one-time only deal, come to UFC 200. Bottom line, he's fighting Mark Hunt. Who the heck is he? Nobody knows. But my reaction is not surprised because, Brock Lesnar's a draw no matter where he goes. So, but the deal that surprised me was the drug test that happened earlier this week. Don't have to worry about that with Brock. So Brock's fine. My reaction is, I say, UFC is in desperation mode. They need something to sell their pay-per-view. No offense to Misha Tate, she's not going to sell the pay-per-view, or any other individual. They're not going to sell the pay-per-view. Brock will. So desperation mode for UFC, and I think it may pay off here.
Yeah, that actually was going to be my next question. Is like, what do you think UFC gets out of this deal of Brock Lesnar? Because this being UFC 200, it's almost like, I don't want to say WrestleMania, but it's a milestone event for them.
It's a milestone. It's anytime you're in even numbers, whether it's pay-per-view, whether it's national television, anytime you're in even numbers, it's a big monster deal. Like I said, it's desperation for UFC because you have no Punk. You got questionable circumstances on Anderson Silva. Your next best option, and plus, my boy Uriah Faber, he's not competing on the pay-per-view. So your next best option is Brock Lesnar. So will this affect him in WWE? I don't think so. He's going to be a draw, period. It'll work out. Everything will work out, and Brock will be right back in WWE.
Yeah, well, that was actually, you're just making this easy for me because that leads me to my next question. And we talked about how Brock was going to be impacted, UFC would be impacted by Brock Lesnar. What is WWE going to get out of this deal? And that leads me to my question. Are we going to see maybe Ronda Rousey here in the near future with WWE allowing a contracted talent to go over to UFC and helping them out? Do you think we're going to see some sort of talent swap here? Because it's been rumored that we may see Paige Van Zandt at SummerSlam potentially, or maybe other UFC women. So,
yes.
So I mean, what do you think WWE is going to gain from this? Do we see Ronda Rousey coming up here real soon?
Well, if that's the case, I think Ronda Rousey will come to WWE just for ticket sales only. As far as competition goes, all I can say is, she has an excellent pedigree, background in wrestling, per se, but you're going to have to adjust to her, and she's going to have to adjust to WWE style, because in my opinion, I would say for Ronda Rousey, if she really wants to, get on out there, WWE may not be her best option. There are 3 other 4 horsewomen that are competing even on the independent levels, and they are about to shift to pro wrestling in many different circuits. One's even rumored to come to TNA. What I will say is, Rousey, I say if they play it right, have Ronda Rousey have her own, little style stable, but I will say working with an angle with Charlotte, if Charlotte's still the champion, to where it could really become a money drawing deal to where Rousey wins the championship somehow. just for box office purposes.
So you definitely think we will see Ronda Rousey coming out. So you're saying, do you think SummerSlam, or do you think we'll see her at next year's WrestleMania in Orlando?
If not SummerSlam, I got these events here. If not SummerSlam, I got Rumble 2017. I do have Mania, but I also have another WWE Network-based event that she could make an appearance on. If it's anywhere in the New York area or anywhere in California, I will say it will happen. If they're back in Vegas or even Mohegan Sun, hey, Vegas is where the money is. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Well, that's the end of Roberts Wrestling Talk for this weekend. Stay tuned for the next episode of Roberts Wrestling Talk. We're going to be talking Money in the Bank. We're going to kind of be giving our predictions and talk about some of the big matches from Money in the Bank. So check that out. As always, Mr. Cornbread, Chris Heineken, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Interwebs, Twitter at Chris Heineken 1.
Also, you work on the Strictly LCW show that airs at a pretty regular interval. You want to tell people where they can find that?
In certain local access syndication, it will be on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights. But to the whole world, it will be available on YouTube. The channel is Chris Heineken. The episodes you'll find are Strictly LCW. The newest ones on Sunday nights, and of course, the rebranding of everything will be on Tuesday nights. Also, but Saturday, if you want to catch us live, I'm in Hoxie, Arkansas every single Saturday for OCW Out of Control Wrestling. That's Saturdays, Friday nights. I'm in Osceola, the only place where we fight on Friday nights on Kaiser Street, MCW Mid-Southern Championship Wrestling. Right there in Osceola, just 1 hour away from Jonesboro, Arkansas, Dyersburg, Tennessee, and Memphis. 1 hour away. We're just the middle part.
Yes, you guys need to check that out.
You got social media.
Yes, you can find me. I have pretty well uniform everything / Robert Red Jr. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have a Snapchat, guys. You can check me out on Snapchat. You can send me some snaps. I got a Patreon where I'm posting these videos now that you can check them out. It's patreon.com. I think I still have it at PPWP or maybe Robert Red Jr., and you can check this out on YouTube. But like I said, the next episode of Roberts Wrestling Talk, it is Money in the Bank. So you definitely want to check it out. Hopefully I have Mr. Cornbread, Chris Heineken back on. If not, it'll either solo or someone else. But for Robert Red, Chris Heineken, we will catch you on the next episode of Roberts Wrestling Talk.